You know what the matrix is, but you want to know, how do I break out of it? How do I stop living this life that I've been programmed to live, right? You've been told exactly what to do and you don't like it. You don't enjoy it. It wasn't meant for you to thrive. It wasn't meant for you to grow. It was literally meant to contain you, put you in a box, and work for others. Let them grow. But you, no. Now you know, and now you're like, okay, so what do I do? You first need to understand how reality works. This physical reality is not real, right? None of this is actually real. And you can go into the science of it, right? The science is supporting this now. Quantum physics, right? It's things that we've known for millennia, but it's finally being shown scientifically, even though we can't really show something like consciousness, something infinite in math and in quantum physics. But aside from the point, this reality is not real. Okay, it's an illusion. It's a mirror, essentially. Your life, your reality is a reflection of who you are or what you believe, right? You can only perceive what you are the vibration of. You can only perceive what you know, what you have experienced, right? You go through life, you experience things, you know things based off of your experience, and then you look around at life and you have your own point of view, your own opinions, your own perspective on it. Extremely different from anyone and everything around you, right? We are unique. That is the whole point of consciousness manifesting in every single piece of matter, every single thing in every dimension, is to experience all that is. You are not experiencing reality. You are experiencing your own perception of reality. So your own beliefs is what you're experiencing. Your own thoughts is what you're experiencing. So your thoughts are based off of what you believe. The way you perceive the world around you, if you hate the world, that is a reflection of your beliefs and who you are. Your identity is made up of what you believe, your core beliefs, and the way you think of the world around you, the way you think of yourself, right? Although you can't control what happens to you, you can control the way you perceive it or the way that you respond to it. Things are gonna happen, but it's up to you to decide how you want to perceive it. The way that you perceive the things that happen in your life is a reflection of who you are. So if something happens to you and you get angry, you get triggered, you get mad, you hate the world, you hate everyone around you, that is a reflection of who you are. Life is just a huge mirror. And this isn't to make you feel guilty, but it's to give you that power, because now you're like, wait, I'm the reason why I hate my life? In a sense, yes, you're not the reason why these things are happening to you, but the thing is, you are filtering your reality through your belief system, and it's making you triggered, it's making you angry, it's making you hate life, it's making you think differently about yourself, about the world around you. But we need to remember what the Matrix was. The Matrix essentially is giving you your beliefs, giving you your identity. They tell us who you are, what you need to believe, what you need to think, and what you need to do. And then you woke up and you're like, hold up, why have I been told this the whole time? And it's because they want control and yada, yada, yada. You wake up and you're like, I don't want to live this life anymore. And you're literally an infinite being and you can do anything in this world and have anything that you've ever wanted. You don't need to choose anything other than what you want. In order for you to experience a different reality, you need to be someone different. Again, the external reality is an illusion. None of this is real. So you can't do anything external. You can't change anything external. It's not about changing where you live and your house and all of that stuff. It's about doing the internal work, changing your thoughts and your beliefs and your identity. The energy that you give off is reflected back to you. So what you put out is exactly what you get back. But that's what's so powerful, is all of these things are programmable. You can program your thoughts, you could program your perception, you could program your beliefs. Since you were given what to believe and what to think and who to be from day one, you need to look at your life and be like, hold up. This happened to me and I felt like this, right? I experienced it this way, or I perceived it this way. It triggered me. It made me mad. It made me hate the world around me. It made me hate this person. It made me hate myself, whatever it is. Be like, what did I have to believe for that experience to have existed? Or like, oh, turns out I believe this about myself, or I believe this about others. And it's like, do I have to believe it? Why am I believing it? Because the moment you keep perpetuating beliefs, because again, that's what the world does, it reflects it right back to you, so that you're like, see, it's true, my beliefs are true. No, reality is a reflection of your beliefs. You are always going to be right. You are always going to be right, and the world will show you that. The universe will show you that. All the universe does is it says yes. So whatever you put out, whatever belief or whatever you're saying is to be true, the universe is gonna be like, yep. If you say, I'm not good enough, I can never have this, the universe is like, you're right. I'm always stuck in traffic when I go to work. The universe is like, yes, you are. If you think you can get the job, then you can get the job. But if you think that there's no way I'm gonna get this job, how are you even giving yourself space to have the job? That's the thing, is like, we've been planted and programmed with all these limited beliefs. The moment you look at a belief and you're like, bro, this does not support my growth, throw it in the garbage and replace it with one that can grow. You want to experience something different, you need to change your beliefs. You need to change your identity. You need to be somebody completely different in order to have a different outcome, different perception, different experience, different reality. Don't try to tell me I'm telling you to be someone other than who you are. The thing is, if you were programmed by the Matrix, like every single person who was born into this world pretty much was, then you were never yourself. You were never acting on your highest excitement. You were never doing things that were aligned with who you truly are. Or you were told to ignore anything that you love because you won't be successful doing that, right? Change who you thought you were, this program, this thing that you don't even like, and become who you want to be. Become aligned with the life that you want to live. Look at the experience you had and look at the beliefs that supported it. Right? That allowed that experience to happen exactly how it did. What did you have to believe? What did you have to think? Who did you have to be for that to happen? And then you think of, well, I want this to happen instead. I want to be able to have these experiences. Well, then who do I have to be to have this experience? What do I have to think? What do I have to believe about myself and those around me and the world around me, right? The possibilities. You need to do the inner work, period. Again, none of this is external. The whole point, this is my opinion, the whole point of all of this, of all manifestation, of all matter materializing, is to know thyself. It is your job and your responsibility to know who you are at your core and to be it and to serve it. That is the point. Consciousness, none of this would have existed if we knew everything. If consciousness knew everything, then there would be no evolution. There would be no more life anymore. What would be the point? The point is consciousness materializes into this dimension and many, many other dimensions, but we are experiencing this physical reality currently. And so it manifests here as these symbols. We're just freaking symbols. It's to serve a point of view, a perspective that we can interact with ourself, right? We're one experiencing itself through every single point of view. And that's how you learn about yourself. Because again, everything is a reflection of who you are. Everything you've experienced is because of your identity, who you identify as, what you believe and what you think, how you perceive the world around you. So that is how you break out of the matrix. You need to reprogram who you are. And once you do that, once you choose to do that, because again, everything is a choice. Once you choose that this is what you want to do, instantly the world around you will change. And so let's say you're like, okay, bet, I know what I need to do now. I understand the matrix. I understand I've been programmed. I'm going to reprogram myself. Cool. I'm going to start now. I'm going to do the inner work now. Processing my trauma, going through all the beliefs, figuring out what I want to keep, what I want to throw away, what I want to replace, all of those things. It's a journey. It takes a while. But I'm going to tell you the two tests that are going to happen that the universe does. Because essentially, like, imagine there's a whole system that's been put into place and you're here, right? You fit into your little slot of your energy. And the moment you're like, I'm going to shift my identity, the universe is like, hold up, why? Are you sure? First thing that's going to happen is chaos. Everything's going to go wrong. The moment you start changing, it's going to be like, no, everything's going to go wrong. Go back to who you were. You need to hold up. You need to be like, no, universe, I know you're testing me, but this is who I am now. I know. Thank you. Let's move on. Test number 2 is nothing happens. You're going to be working. You're like, why isn't my reality changing? Why isn't it coming in? And again, it's the universe being like, is this really who you are? Is this really who you say you are? And you say, yes, thank you, universe, for test number 2. I'm over it. Once you get through those 2 tests, you are free. So know yourself, understand why you are the way that you are, and decide if you want to stay that way. Because you cannot experience something new until you become someone new.